welcome to the mathematics class. This class is in continuation with the previous class of compound interest for class 9, and we were doing questions from exercise 2.1 of ML Agarwal. Now I was doing questions in the multiples of 3. So exercise 2.1 question number 18 was left. We have done till 15. Now I'll read out what is the question. They say that Jaya borrowed rupees 50,000 for 2 years at different rate of interest. Rate of interest on the first year was 12%. Rate of interest for the second year was 15%. At the end of first year, she repaid 33,000. So how much amount she has to pay back at the end of 2 years so that all the loan or debt is cleared? So what are we going to do? First, we will find out what is the amount to be paid after first year. So I will calculate the interest after first year, that is I1. We know that it is a formula of interest is P into R into T upon 100, where T is 1. So P, I am writing directly, P is 50,000. Rate for the first year is 12%. Time from this was 2 years total, so I have taken time 1 year, either you write or you don't write, upon 100. So this will be 6,000. 6,000 is the interest after first year on 50,000 rupees at 12%. So we will calculate the amount at the end of first year. That becomes interest plus principal, that is 50,000 plus 6,000, that equals to rupees 56,000. Now this is the total amount that has to be paid at the end of 1 year. But here she is paying rupees 33,000 after first year. So we will find out how much amount is still left to be paid at the end of second year. So amount left after 1 year, that is 56,000 minus 33,000, that is, I hope, 23,000 rupees. Now this is the amount left. This is the amount left in the beginning of second year. So we will calculate how much interest has to be paid at the rate of 15%. Then we will calculate the total amount. So interest for second year will be principal, that is 23000. Rate is now 15%. Time is 1 again. So either you write or you don't write. 0000. That is 534. 3450. So amount at the end of second year will be principal, that was 23000, plus interest, that is 3450. So it becomes 26450. That is the final value. Now we will be discussing the next exercise, and next exercise is again finding the compound interest with the formula method. So now I will be giving you the formula. I will tell you how it came, though it is not important for you to know, but since you may have some curiosity, I will just give you a hint how this formula was derived and different conditions how to utilize this formula. Now the formula is A is equal to P 1 plus R upon 100 to the power N, where A is amount, P is principal, R is rate, N is time in years. This you all know. Now this is the formula which we need to practice, or which we need to revise, or which we need to work on. Now how it came, I'll just give you a very small hint. We know that interest is for 1 year. Interest for 1 year is principal into rate into time. Time is 1, so either you write or you not, upon 100. This is the interest. So amount will be principal plus interest, that is PR upon 100. From this, if you take P common, you are left with 1 plus R upon 100. This is for the first year. Now for the second year, interest will be P, and P will be what? This. In compound interest, amount becomes the principal for the next year. So principal is P into 1 plus R upon 100, and the rate is again R upon 100, PR upon 100, or you can say P into R upon 100, like this. Now this can be further. If you take common from this PR, interest is again, so amount for the second year will be principal for the first year plus interest for the first year. So that is, principal was P1 plus R upon 100. Principal is the amount of the first year, means principal for the second year will be amount for the first year, plus this can be written as P1 plus R upon 100 into R upon 100. Now this is the principal, this is the interest. Now from this you can take common P1 plus R upon 100. So what is left? Here 1 is left, 1 plus R upon 100 is left. So it means finally you can say P 1 plus R upon 100 to the power 2. This is the amount for the second year. Similarly for third year it will be 3 to the power 3. For fourth year it will be power 4. So for nth year it will be to the power n. So this is just a hint how this formula was derived. This was simply derived from the simple interest. Now there are few things that we need to remember. First thing is, if the interest is paid or compounded annually, when interest is paid annually, half yearly and quarterly, these three things we need to learn. Annually, half yearly or semi-annually or quarterly. Sometimes the interest is paid annually. Generally interest question will come that find the amount or compound interest when the principal is given, rate is given, suppose 10%, and it is calculated annually. So simply you will apply this formula. A is equal to P 1 plus R upon 100 to the power n, where n is time in years, R is rate in percent, P is principal, A is amount, and when it is half yearly. So when the question asks find the rate of find the amount or compound interest when the interest is compounded semi-annually or half yearly. So in half yearly you have to convert the time period into half years. For example, for 1 year there will be how many half years? 2 half years. For 2 years there will be 4 half years. For 3 years there will be 6 half years. Means time gets doubled and rate of interest gets halved. Means now the formula becomes A is equal to P 1 plus R upon 200, 2 into 100, 200, and n becomes 2 times of n, where n is in years. Suppose it is 1 year, 1 into 2. Suppose it is 2 years, 2 into 2, 4. And if the rate is 10%, 10 upon 2, that is 5%, and so on. And when it is quarterly, time becomes 4 times. 4 times. And rate becomes quarter. or you can say 1/4. 1/4 means now this formula becomes A is equal to P 1 plus R upon 400 to the power 4n. Simply time will be multiplied and rate will be divided by 2 or 4 if it is quarterly, if it by 2 when it is semi-annually, by 4 when it is quarterly. One more thing, for different years, suppose for first year the rate of interest is different, for second year the rate of interest is different, for third year the rate of interest is different, then we will apply A is equal to P 1 plus R 1 upon 100 into 1 plus R 2 upon 100 into 1 plus R 3 upon 100 and so on. So these three things you need to remember, and now we will move on to the questions of exercise 3.2 in the multiples of 3. Let's do the questions. Now in the third question, it's already given, when the interest is compounded half yearly, find the amount if principal is 7,400, rate is 5%, time is 1 year. We know that if it is half yearly, if the interest is compounded half yearly, then rate becomes half, time becomes double. So A is equal to P into 1 plus R upon 100 to the power n. That this is the formula that we are using. So I am writing directly. P is 7,400, 1 plus 5 upon 200. Why 200? Because interest is compounded half yearly. So rate will become half of what it is. It is 5, so now it will become 5 upon 2 or simply 5 upon 200. Time is 1 year, so it will become 2 half years, because in 1 year there are 2 half years. So 5 ones are 5, 5 fours are 20 and 0. It became 7400 into 1 plus 1 upon 40 to the power 2. When you solve it, it will become 40 plus 1, 41. 7400 into 41 into 41 upon 40 into 40, 0, 0, 0, 0 cancel. Now whatever will be the value of 41 into 41, let's see. 41 into 41, 4, 4, 4, 16, 1681 into 74 into 1681 upon 16. You will solve it out, whatever comes that is the amount. You will just solve it out and whatever comes as the answer is your amount. You have to calculate the amount when the principal is so much. So this will be the, after calculation whatever comes, this will be the final value of the question. I hope you understood this much. Means principal was 7,400, rate was 5%, time is 1 year, and the interest was compounded half yearly. Since it is half yearly, so time becomes double and rate becomes half, 5 by 2. It would have been 5 upon 100, but now it became 5 upon 200, and rest you can calculate and get the value. Now let's move on to the question number 6. Now the question number 6 is, find the difference between SI, that is simple interest, and CI, that is compound interest, on 4,800 principal, time 2 years, rate 5%, when the interest is compounded yearly. So we will first calculate the simple interest, and we will see that simple interest will be less as compared to compound interest. We will also calculate the compound interest. So simple interest, you know, formula is P into R into T upon 100. So I am writing P into R into T upon 100. 5 2s are 10. So interest is rupees 480. 480 is the simple interest. You got the value. Now in this we need to calculate the amount. So amount is equal to, according to this formula, principal is 4,800 into 1 plus rate is 5% upon 100 to the power 2. 5 ones are 5, 5 2s are 10, so 21 upon, so it is 4800 into 21 into 21 upon 20 upon 20, 0 0 0 0, 2 2s are 4, 12 4s are 48. 21 into 21 is 441 into 12. We will just check out what is 21 into 21. That is 441, and 441 into 12 is 5292. So this is the amount. So interest or compound interest will be, interest in any case is amount minus principal. That is 5292 minus principal is 4800. That becomes 492 rupees. Now you can see simple interest is 480, compound interest is 490. So which is more? Obviously compound interest is more, and in this you have to find the difference. So difference between CI and SI is how much? 492 is CI minus 480. So how much is left? 12 rupees is the final difference. I hope this is understood. We calculated simple interest, then we calculated the compound interest. This we calculated the amount from compound interest, amount minus principal. So this is the compound interest. We find the difference. That's it. Now we move on to question number 9. Now 9th question reads: find the amount when 3,125 is deposited for 3 years at different rate of interest. For the first year it is 4%, for second year it is 5%, for third year it is 6%. It means we will be using the formula that was told to you, P1 plus R1 upon 100 into 1 plus R2 upon 100 into 1 plus R3 upon 100 and so on. So simply A is equal to, I'll write the formula first, P1 plus R1 upon 100 into 1 plus R2 upon 100 into 1 plus R3 upon 100. This is formula where we use it when different rate of interest are given for different consecutive years. So this is it. So principal is how much? 3125 into 1 plus 4 upon 100 into 1 plus 5 upon 100 into 1 plus 6 upon 100. Now 4 25s are 100, 5 20s are 100, 2 3s are 6 and 2 5s are 10. Means 50 times. So it becomes 3125 into 25 and 126 upon 25 into 21 upon 20 into 53 upon 50. Now you can divide it. 5 5s are 25, 5 6s are 30, 5 2s are 10, 5 5s are 25. Now 5 1s are 125. Now 5 or you 25 5s are 125, 25 2s are is 50. Now you can just solve it out. 2 13s are, so finally you got, or 5 4s are, we got 13 into 21 into 53 upon 4. That, let me check, it comes as 13 into 21 into 53 divide by 4, it is 3617 rupees, 3617.25. So this is the amount, and we have to find the compound interest. So compound interest will be amount minus principal. Amount is 3617.25 minus 3125, and you solve it out, you will get the value 3617.25 minus 3125, you will get 492.25. that is rupees 492.25. This calculation part you have to do on your own. I am not going to calculate now because this it wastes a lot of time. Anyway, this question finishes. Now we'll take the question number 12. Now question number 12 is a little bit different. The question says, what principal will become 1,32,651 rupees in 1.5 years at 4% rate of interest, compounded half yearly. The question says compounded half yearly. It means you will apply the formula A is equal to P1 plus R upon 200 and N will be 2 times of, means time is 1.5 year. 1.5 year means 3 upon 2 half years. 3 upon 2 into 2, it means 3 half years. I hope you understand. In 1.5 year, there are 3 6 months time periods. 3 6 month slots. First 6 month, second 6 month and third 6 month. So since rate of interest is calculated half yearly, so time will become 3 half years, means N will be considered as 3. And in that way also, or if you double 1.5 year or double 3 upon 2, that will become 3. And rate is given 4%. We know that rate becomes half. So now the effective rate is 2% for every half year. Now we know that amount is given 132,651 is equal to P 1 plus R, that is 2 upon 100 to the power 3. 250. So this becomes P into 51 upon 50 to the power 3. So it means 132,651 is equal to P 51 upon 50 to the power 3 to the power 3. This total comes to this side, so it will be reciprocated. It means you can say that P can be written as 132,651 into 50 cube upon 51 cube, and we know that cube of 51 is 132,651. You can calculate, you will get the same value. So this and this cancelled. 50 into 50 into 50 is rupees 125 and 3 zeros. That is the final value. So we have calculated the principal. Now we will move on to question number 15. Now question number 15, in this you have to find the rate of interest. Amount is given, principal is given, time is given, and the rate is compounded annually. So we know the formula. We'll put all the values in the formula that we know, and we have to just solve this. Look at the solution part, what is required. So A is equal to 2500. We know that A is equal to P is 2304. 1 plus R upon 100 to the power time is 2. We have to calculate this R. At least we can bring this to the left side, so it will become 2500 upon 2304 is equal to 1 plus R upon 100 to the power 2. Now you know that 2500 is the square of 50, and we don't know that whether 2304 is the square of any number or not. So yes, it is the square of 48. 48 square, 50 upon, this can be written as 50 upon 48 square is equal to 1 plus R upon 100 to the power 2. Now you can see that these powers are equal, so we can equate the bases. This is 50 upon 48 is equal to 1 plus R upon 100. Now this can be written as 50 upon 48 minus 1 is equal to r upon 100. This one moved to this side, it became negative. So now you take the LCM. LCM is 48. It is 50 minus 48 is equal to r upon 100. That becomes 2 upon 48 and it is r upon 100. It becomes 2 upon 24. So r becomes, again cross multiply, 100 upon 24. 4 25s are 100, 4 6 are 24. Now you divide, 6 4s are 24. 1 upon 6% is the rate of interest for this particular question. So this finishes question number 15. I hope you are understanding. Now we move on to question number 18. Now question number 18 is similar to question number 15, but in the 15th question it was interest is payable yearly. In this, interest is payable half yearly. So the question is, amount is given, principal is given, time is given, you have to find out the rate. So I am writing it in the formula. Amount is equal to 48620.25 is equal to principal, that is 40,000 into 1 plus r upon 200. Why it is 200? Because it is, the interest is calculated half yearly, and to the power, time is 2 years, so how many half years? 4 half years. So here it will become 4. Now this can be written as 4862025 upon, this total comes to the denominator 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 and decimal removed, so 2 more zeros. So I have removed, this was 0.25, so we remove this decimal and we increase 2 zeros, is equal to 1 plus r upon 200 to the power 4. Now divided by 5, 5 9s are 45, 36, 5 7s are 35, 12, 5 2s are 10, 5 4s are 20, 5 5s are 25. 5 8s are 40, 0 0 0 0 0. Now if you divide this again by 5, you will be 5 1s are 5, 47 9s are 45, 22 4s are 20, 24 4s are 20, 8s are, just a minute, 9 5 1s are 5, 47 5 9s are 45, 45 22 5 4s are 20, 24 5 4s are 20, 5 8s are 40 and 1 upon 5 1s are 5, 36 are 30, 1 2 3 4. Now this you got 1,60,000 can be written as 20 to the power 4. 2 to the 4 to the 2 16 and 4 zeros, so 1 0. So this can be written as 21. It means this total is written as 21 upon 20 to the power 4. Now when you compare them, 1 plus r upon 200 is equal to 21 upon 20. This goes to that side, implies that r upon 200 is equal to 21 upon 20 minus 1. LCM is 20, so it becomes 21 minus 20 r upon 200. Simple calculation, that becomes r upon 200 is equal to 1 upon 20, implies that r is equal to 200 upon 20 to 10, that is rate of interest was 10% per annum or per year, because I have already considered r upon 200. It means now it became as per annum. So rate of interest was. So I am ending my video in here only, and the leftover questions we will be discussing in the next video. I hope up to question number 20 you all can do. So please practice and stay safe. Like, subscribe and share. In case any doubt, please comment. Thank you.